Okay, hello. We're gonna just test the settings here. Make sure you can all hear me. Facebook is going wild with their live settings, I swear. Um, I see we are on live. Well, you know what? We're gonna make this work. You know what? We've done this like 100 times, ladies. Like, we're just gonna keep it going, keep it fresh. Hi, Camelia. Hi, Madeline. Hello, ladies, and welcome. This is the How to Grow Your Pageant Platform training. Hi, Tia. I'm so excited to be here with you, ladies. It was a huge request to do a training on pageant platform. And if you know me, you know that I consider myself an expert in this area, and I really want to see more women really honing in on how to implement their platform so that we can create positive change in our communities and in communities around the world in a really simple way. So if you're here with us, I want you to drop in the comment section platform. Just let me know if you're here with us, if you're on live. We have a group of women. I believe we have 7 or 8 women now who are in the VIP group. So the VIP group is going to open up immediately after this call. So if we go over a little bit for time, just realize that I will open up the Zoom room once we are done this. And the VIP link is officially closed. So thank you to the ladies who are in. I'm so excited to be in this like group intimate coaching space so that we can all, really help you and support you in implementing and growing your pageant platform, because sometimes you can get the information, but what we don't need is more information. Sometimes we need like that direct feedback and coaching to help you with implementing and really relating the information to your own life, to your platform, and to what you want to be doing. So really excited for our VIP gals. I got Amanda here, Hanya, Melanie, so amazing ladies. Okay, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have such a great time. I want to make sure I can see the comments, and I can. So this is the How to Grow Your Pageant Platform training. So let me introduce myself, because we have a lot of new members inside of our Confident Queens United group. So my name is Maria, the Pageant Gal. I am a 4-time local, national, international title holder. I've also grew my own personal and business brand to an international level as a coach, as a speaker, as a leader, as a role model. And a huge thing that I was able to do in 2021 was win an international title for Canada. And not only that, but my service project, was selected as the International Service Project for Royal International Miss for the 2021 to 2022 year, which is an incredible honor when there were over like 300 delegates, over 350 delegates competing at RIM, and your girl here, her project was selected to be the international project for the year. So I'm just showing you, I'm not talking about nothing here. I care a lot about platform and helping you all have your own platform that you know, love, and that stands for something really powerful and really clear that you implement, and that makes you the queen that you are every single day. So I'm really excited about that. And on top of it, I always say, like, we're not that different, right? I don't have a very large audience. I'm from Canada. People don't know pageants in Canada. Everybody loves to say, well, my audience or my community just doesn't care about pageantry. Like, people will care about what you make them care about. So we're going to have some real conversations here, and I'm going to give you some really tangible steps on how to grow your pageant platform at a local, national, and international level. Wherever you are at, you will be able to get something from this. So if you're here with us, say hello in the chat. Let us know, where are you tuning in from? I always think it's amazing as we grow. We're almost at 175 members, 173 members in our Confident Queens United, and we're women all over the world. Like, we're not just in one space here. So hopefully this empowers you to see like how big the world of pageantry is and how big the opportunities are. So I always just love to see where everybody is tuning in from North Florida. Hi, Tiffany. So happy to have you here. Madeline's from Calgary. We love our Calgary girls. Incredible. So I want you to type in the chat, along with where you're from, Newfoundland, Calgary, North Florida. What is your biggest like learning intention being here? What is like the main thing that you want to learn about pageant platform or growing your pageant platform? What is like the biggest question that you always find yourself getting hung up on when it comes to creating or implementing or growing your pageant platform? Because even though we're going to focus more on implementation and growth, I promise we're going to cover a lot of other concepts about pageant platform that I think are going to be really beneficial to everybody here. Mississippi, we got our international girl, Shawnice from Kentucky. Love it. What is your biggest learning need when it comes to platform? Because so many women want to have this like really big, internationally known and recognized platform, but meanwhile, they don't even have like a topic or a clear idea in their mind. Or we have girls who are competing at a national level, but when they try and describe what their pageant platform is, it takes them like 2 minutes, which is way too long. You should already be able to know what it is when you're competing at a national and international level. So we're going to talk about that. So scaling it from national to international outreach, keeping up with the momentum when you feel like you've reached your pageant platform, how to reach the next level. So good, so good. Take a drink while we got more flowing in. Yeah, so definitely a lot about implementation, keeping going, maybe even a revamp. For a lot of you that follow me over on my Instagram at the Pageant Gal, I just had a huge, I guess you could say, platform revamp. And it took me a while to do, but it's now launched as the Confidently Connected Sash. You can all go on my most recent reel on Instagram and participate in it. Today is not about me. I want it to be all about you girls and what you're gonna get. So how to make a bigger impact with your platform, local to national. Amazing. Let's get into it. And so I don't like to waste time. We're going. So what is a pageant platform to start? I know I hound this like all over social media and in my content, but I really want you to understand that your platform is your own self-created mission. So without you, it does not exist. It is not somebody else's mission. It is not somebody else's journey or organization. It is truly something that you created and you stand for and you serve with. It typically focuses on a specific cause or issue in the world. And again, just because I always see women who kind of like think that their platform is mental health. Mental health isn't a platform. Mental health is like a topic in the world. And your platform can be about mental health, but your platform isn't just mental health, because anybody could speak about mental health. Anybody could, say that that's their platform, but it's something that's much more specific to you that you are creating and taking action with to create impact and service with. And so I think a lot of people, again, are at step 10, like, well, how do I grow it to international level? But they don't even actually have a platform right now. They don't even actually have like a clear mission that they stand for, right? So it's really hard to grow something if we don't even realize that it's ours. So the first thing is, I want you to type in the chat, what is your platform? What is your platform that you created? Without you, it does not exist. So if I'll use my own, for example, Confidently Connected. Without me, Confidently Connected and the Sash and the campaign does not exist. Nobody's ever created this. Nobody ever will or be able to create this, because this is mine. This is what I created. It's from my own experience. It's based on an issue I saw in the industry. I am doing something about it. I've created an initiative to make a positive impact. It should be that specific. What is your platform right now? Or call yourself forward and be like, you know what? I don't really have a platform. I thought I did, but I'm actually just doing a bunch of random service. What is your platform? This is not about creating a platform. That's not what we're talking about today. If you want to learn how to create a pageant platform, we can talk about one-on-one coaching, or I highly recommend my Nail Your Pageant Platform program. It's available on my website. This has helped women create national and international movements literally all over the world. We've had several title holders come from this one program that we have, and it walks you step by step through creating what the cause that you care about is, how to know if it's the right platform for you, what is your zone of genius and the thing that you want to be doing, implementation steps, taking it to the next level. It goes much more in detail, whereas today we're going to talk more about scaling. So Ignite Your Light, Big Sister advice, developing core life skills for teens and young adults through one-on-one mentorship and groups. Good. So we have some who know their platform. Maybe some of you are still working through it, right? And if you are still like kind of figuring it out at the base level, just realize that we have to know what the basic foundation of your platform is if we want to grow it to an international level. So it's a cause that you created. Without you, the platform does not exist. I hope that we all get it. So Tia has her Love It All workshop series. Madeline, she has the Perfectly Pink Afternoon, which is a breast cancer early detection fundraiser. From victim to victor, child, a sexual assault advocate that effects on adult survivors. Beautiful. You could see a lot of these are like these women without Amanda, without Madeline, without Camellia, without your service and you creating this platform does not exist. And the people who are affected by this issue that you support, they do not get the help that they need. So I want you to realize how important it is for you to have a platform, not just in pageantry, but for the people who are being faced with these issues that you support, for the people who have breast cancer or who will go undiagnosed without breast cancer, for the youth and young adults who don't have coping mechanisms for mental health, right? For the children and adults who have experienced sexual assault, who don't have the support, the network, the connections, the tools to overcome their traumas. Without you, the impact does not exist. And so that is so powerful. I want you to realize and just like give yourself so much grace, because what you're doing is literally changing people's lives. That is the potential a platform has. And when we're really clear about what we do, we get to impact tens of thousands of lives. So when people say to me like, just a simple question is like, well, how do I keep up the momentum? I'm like, how do you not keep up the momentum? Like, there are people who need you, who like when they find what you're doing, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't meet you sooner. I can't believe I didn't know about this. I wish I would have known about it sooner. And when you imagine that those people are around the world, like that fuels me alone, knowing the why, knowing that that person's out there needing me, needing all of you wherever you're at, needing Emily, needing Camelia's, needing Shawnice's, needing all of your service in your platform. So that's why it's really passionate for me to help you be really specific about what it is that your platform is and what it is that you do. So some things that your pageant platform should include are an issue of some kind, like an issue or a topic that it's about. So sexual assault, mental health, breast cancer. Mine has to do with sisterhood and community. I've had platforms about self-care. Some of my clients have platforms about volunteerism, whatever it is. There's usually some type of issue or topic related to the platform. You want to have a very specific action that you are taking with your platform. A very specific action. Everybody in the comments, I want you to tell me the main number one action that you take to implement your platform. And an action is not raise awareness. Raise awareness is the result of an action. How are you raising awareness? What is the specific action that you are doing? So if you have the topic or issue, you have a very specific action that you're doing to make an impact for the topic or issue. And then the third step of this is that there's a positive outcome or result. So if the issue is women going undiagnosed for breast cancer, your action is hosting breast cancer fundraisers so that women can get early detection. And the positive outcome is that women are getting tested regularly every year, and that detection happens much sooner, so treatment can happen much sooner. So beautifully bold promotion of more diverse representation of women and girls in the media, no matter their size, age, ability, orientation. Good. So if you say like, what is the specific action? Social media is not an action. It's different to say, I host a weekly social media live to talk about inequality and equality in the workplace. That's a very specific action. Volunteer with military and veterans groups. Amazing, Rhonda. Monthly calls with my one-on-one mentee and biweekly groups, small group workshops. See how specific this is. What is the one action? You should have at least one really clear, specific action that you're taking with the platform. Otherwise, it's just a really nice idea. If we're not taking action, the impact is not being made in some way. Okay, so we need to be taking action. If we're not taking action at the level that it's at right now, it's not going to grow to an international level, because impact doesn't happen by osmosis. It doesn't happen because we have a really great idea for an initiative and we just assume that that's going to be out in the world, but we're actually doing nothing to implement it. Good. So public speaking, hosting fundraisers. Good. So if that's what you're doing right now, just keep a super specific pin on that point. This is the one action, one or two actions that you're doing. Not that you only have to be doing one thing, but raising money, speaking at workshops, speaking on podcasts, getting certification to counsel childhood survivors. Beautiful. So we're going to go back to basics. We're going to keep it simple. I'm going to talk about what you need in order to grow a platform and the three main things that you need. Okay. So in order to implement and actually take action, you need to be really clear on the topic or issue, the action you're taking, and the positive outcome. Most women overcomplicate this part because there's too much that they have going on. Topic or issue, a specific action, positive outcome. If you don't have those three things in place, it's really hard to take action and implement and grow to another level. Because if you're not clear, nobody else is going to be clear. One phrase that my mentor often says, one of my mentors says, is simple scales, complex fails. So if we have this really complex idea for a platform, it's not going to grow because we're not going to get it. People aren't going to get it. People aren't going to be behind it. You don't really know what the impact is. It's vague, it's fluffy, and it's going to be really hard to take it to that next level. So again, reiterating, clarity on your topic or issue, the steps that you're here to take, the impact you're here to make. So if you can't say your platform in a simple 2 to 3 sentence phrase that encompasses what it is and what you're doing every single time, then you need to get more clarity on what your platform actually is. A lot of the people answering right now who I've worked with before, I know you all have clarity on what your platform actually is, but my girls who are sitting behind the screen going, oh crap, I don't know what my topic is or what my action is, then we need to get clarity on who it is, like what's the topic, what's your action, who are you trying to help, and what's the impact, and being able to say that in 2 to 3 sentences. Because again, if we don't have that foundation, it's going to be really hard to grow and it's going to get really confusing. Okay, so again, I love the participation, but I also want to encourage you that if you're not feeling as clear, that's what you want to be investing in, not just, attending a free training, but showing up to things like our VIP call so that you can actually get the guidance to creating and implementing a platform, because you see how powerful it is. Yeah, figuring out the action, that's good to know. It's good to realize. So, in my opinion, in order to grow your platform to the next level, whatever the next level is for you, it requires 3 things. If you know me, good things come in 3s. So there's always got to be 3 things. And I'm going to talk about each of them and then what happens when you're missing one of these. Okay, so the first thing, already talked about it. In order to grow your platform, you need to be taking action. You need to be taking action if you want to grow your platform. A lot of people with a lot of really nice ideas not actually doing anything and then wondering why they're not getting all this recognition and validation, because you're not doing anything. You need to put in the work. You need to do the work to actually put your platform out into the world for you to see the impact and for people to receive that benefit. It doesn't just happen, and it takes time. You need to be taking action. The second thing is, in order to grow a platform, is that you want to be making an impact. And this can be seen or unseen, because sometimes we don't always see the impact that we're making. But again, if you're just taking a lot of action, but nobody's paying attention, nobody's listening, you don't have like anybody you're in front of, let's say you're just talking to a wall pretty much, and I don't mean that in the sense that like nobody's listening, but maybe there's a disconnect in the service that you're doing. Maybe what you think the impact that you're making, you want it to be one thing, but the people aren't really getting it. Maybe you're not really clear on the issue or who's facing that issue, or you're providing a solution to the issue, but people are like, no, that's not what we need. And I don't get it. Maybe you haven't built up that like reputation of why you're the one that they should listen to. So the whole idea is that without impact, you don't have a platform. If you're not creating a positive impact, you're not creating a platform. That's just it. You're just taking action. You're just doing a job. You have a hobby. It's not an actual platform without impact in your community in some way, shape, or form. And you should be able to say what the impact you're making is. It should be an amount of people you've supported, an amount of families that you've been able to help, an amount of dollars you've been able to fundraise. It should have a very specific measurement for your impact. So those are the first 2. The third thing is reach. So reach is that element of expansion. Reach is the ability for you to say, I can do this one thing for one person and know I'm taking the action, it's creating an impact for them. Great, let's go do this for a bunch of other people because other people are facing this issue. This is like the growth part that everybody wants and desires, right? But some people don't even have the action or the impact. They just want the growth right away. It doesn't happen that way. Reach is typically last. Action, impact, and growth. So why are each of these important? Let's say you have action and impact together. You're taking action, you have impact. What you're going to have is a really strong platform, but limited, like we kind of mentioned earlier, in the amount of people you're impacting. So maybe you have a great action you're taking locally and you know people are benefiting from it, but now you want to grow it to the national or international level, but you're not sure how to expand your reach. And so if you go to a national or international pageant and you're like, well, I'm still only doing things at a local level, It's like, well, how are you expanding that reach of your mission, of your platform? So action and impact, but without reach. You have a good platform. It's a great foundation, but we need to find the steps to make it national and international, which again, we're going to talk about. The second option that I see women have is they're taking action and they have an audience. So for example, maybe you're posting on social media and you've got 500 people on social media, but that's all that you're doing. So you're in action, you see that people are there, but you don't really have a way to measure if you're making an impact or if you're having a positive change. So what you're doing is you're just doing things, but you're not actually thinking about the person on the other end and how you're actually able to directly implement them. And you have no way to measure the impact that you're making. Again, it's just a hobby if you don't have anybody you're impacting. This is a lot of my social media based platforms, people who just will post a lot on social media, build a following, but they actually have no way to see if there's people that they're impacting because they're just posting on social media, and it's a smaller type of action. And it's important, it matters, but we also want to be able to see and measure that impact, because how do we know if we're making an impact if we have nobody that's there that we know we're touching, if we don't know that we're solving the issue for them? And then the last part of this is, let's say you have really strong ability to make an impact and you have the reach, but you're not taking any action. Or maybe it's been a while since you've taken action. Oh, my camera almost went off. Let's not do this. We're not losing power on this call. So you have impact and you have reach, but you're not taking action. Again, you have a really strong potential to make a big impact and to create an international platform, but you have really great ideas and you're not able to turn them into action at a tangible level. Or what's happening is you're making impact and you have a strong reach, but you're jumping from one thing to another. So that's often what I see when people don't have either impact, they don't have the action, or they don't have the reach. It's going to limit your ability if you don't have all three. Based on this, which one do you think you need to work on the most? Action, impact, or reach? Take a sip of water. Christine made it. Caitlin made it. So which one do you think you need to work on? How many ladies do we have here? We got 14 viewers. I'm obsessed. Reach, need to work on reach. So that expansion, reach, yeah. And it makes sense. This is what we're here to talk about today. It's the growth of it all. Being able to reach a larger audience in different tangible ways that you can do it. Yeah, everyone's I'm taking action and I'm making an impact, but I'm working on the reach. And again, I want you to be really honest with yourself, because if you don't even know the action you take, if you don't even know the impact that you're making, don't even worry about reach, because it doesn't matter if you reach more people, you don't actually have a way to help them. Right? So I think that's important to be honest with, because everybody wants reach. They want a bigger community. They want that validation, but they actually don't know what their platform is. So again, just being really honest with yourself if you desire the reach, but if you need to work a little bit more on your action and impact. Okay. Yeah, I have the reach. I want it to go further. That's all right. More reach equals more impact and more action. Okay, so now we are going to look at the 3 different levels. So a local level, national, international. Okay, this is where it's going to get so fun, especially when it comes to the 3 different areas that it takes to grow a pageant platform. So the first one is at a local level. If you are at a local level, if you are wanting your platform to be at the grassroots level, let's say you're just starting off in pageantry, you are, going back to the basics. Maybe you're restarting your platform or anything like that, but you're essentially competing at a local level. You're looking to make an impact in the direct community around you. You want to be focusing on action. And what I mean by action is you want to be focused on being in your community, being physically in your community. So what you're going to do is you're not going to be in your room on social media, on the computer, on your phone. You are going to be out at a community event of some kind. Okay, you're doing service work in the community, either for others with an organization or by yourself, starting something up yourself. So this might look like going to local community events for either holidays, fundraisers, other types of community events, being a volunteer at them, participating in them, volunteering for local causes, different things like that, visiting schools or visiting places like nursing homes, schools, workplaces, homeless shelter, different things like that. And again, discernment about what your platform is and what would make the most sense for you. Or you're hosting some type of local event of some kind, a local fundraiser or other type of event. This could be like a park cleanup. Maybe you're hosting a workshop, or maybe you're hosting free classes. I think a lot of people bypass the local level and try to just go straight to national or international. And all we're trying to do is make a big impact from our phone. And that's great, but it's different to be in front of people, actually going to where you see people having the issue or being able to provide the solution and being there in that energy. Actually seeing people, getting to be in front of others. So when I say focus on action, you're going to be making an impact in some way, because you're not just like hoping and trusting and trying to build something online. You are starting in your area. You're starting at this level where there are things happening around you. And what I get a lot of right now is, oh, well, COVID closed down a lot of events. No, it didn't. Events are back up and running. Okay, so that we're just going to kibosh that whole story or statement right there, because it's not true. I want to see more women going out in their community and learning what it actually means to go out and make an impact. Too many women, I think, are trying just to use social media as an easy way to grow and get validation and start doing things, but they actually have no concept of how to volunteer at the local level. And I can't emphasize enough how beneficial it is for our own growth and leadership. When I'm, you know what, I will say, like, I do have a lucky bias because we have local pageants in my area that I've been heavily involved with, and our community really thrives on local title holders. But because of the local level of service that I was able to do, hosting events, hosting fundraisers to raise like $5,000. I was on a local club that we had here and was able to plan a lot of our community events. I organized all of like the volunteers for this one event. Like, I was actually able to do things in my own leadership to expand that skill at a local level. So that way, when I started to grow my platform to a national level, I already had those skills built. I actually knew how to communicate, how to serve other people, how to get people involved, how to make an impact in community, how to work with others in a team. Don't bypass this level just to try and have a bigger reach. I think it's really important, especially if you're starting at a local level, or if that's where you're at, or you're unfamiliar with community service, to be in your community. How can you do this? Most communities will have some type of community event calendar on Facebook, on their websites. There are tons of organizations always doing events and activities. There are schools who are doing like different fundraisers for things that you could be a part of. Is this making sense? If this is making sense, I want you to put local. Put local if this is making sense, that you don't just want to be doing things like by osmosis and assuming and taking, the social media way. I want you to post local in our comments if you understand how important it is to be in your community and learn what it actually means to be a volunteer. Love it. Hearts, 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 love it. My computer screen is just doing something wild. We just got to make sure it's on. Good. Good, ladies. So again, and also for your platform, you can start it at a local level. You don't necessarily have to, but I think it's really valuable to understand how you can do things in person. When I'm working with a client and their pageant is next weekend and they have no platform, I say, okay, let's go to social media, because it's an easy way out. It's an easy way to create something from nothing. Okay, so if that's the only way that you're relying on creating your platform, it's kind of like the easy way out. Most women in pageantry are trying to take the easy way out and to do the easiest, like lowest hanging fruit on the tree to make an impact and be a leader. And then they wonder why they're not as strong, they're not as resilient, their leadership skill they don't feel like an authority, people aren't seeing them that way. It's because they're not actually willing to take action, like a big action, and implement it in their community. So don't bypass this, okay? So those are giving you some different examples so that you can all be out in your physical communities. Even if you're competing at a national level, international level, still really valuable to find those opportunities around you and to be involved in them. Lots of experience, lots of lessons that you can learn. Okay, so national. At the national level, these two might be a little bit of a swap, but for national, I think it's really important now that at a local level, you've already got your platform established. You've done some things in person. Hopefully you've created some type of movement, some type of impact, some type of initiative. And now we want to grow it to a national level. So we're expanding our reach. We want to expand our reach. So already for local, national, international, you want to be having impact. Going from local to national, we want to focus on our reach, and that can look like networking. So networking with either other people in other provinces, other states, other parts of your country, networking with other sister queens and title holders, other organizations or groups, national organizations and groups that are spread across your country. And so what you're essentially looking to do is bring your platform not just from where it's at right now, but to other groups and other places across your country. And so what this can look like is connecting with an organization to partner and bring your platform to their audience. It can be with schools. It can be with events. So one thing that I did, as an example, I'm a volunteer with Optimist International. We don't just, work nationally, we work internationally, but I also partnered with the Canadian Association of Professional Speakers. I was able to speak at their event in a different province. And how did that happen? I reached out to them. I said, hey, I'm this title holder. This is what I stand for. I see you're having this event. I would love to come and support it and be able to speak my message about this, this, and that. And they said, great, Maria, let's do it. So networking with other people, other title holders, other schools, events, or activities so that you can bring your platform literally to other places. And again, it's about networking because it's about how can you provide value to them? Not just like, oh, well, I'm competing for a national pageant and I want to have national experience. So like, can I please come to this? That's not the energy we're doing it from. We're doing it from, hey, this is the impact I make with my platform. And I know that there are people that you're connected with who would really benefit from this. How can I help? How can we help each other get the same mission across? And so another way to do this is starting some type of national movement or campaign that others can participate in or be a part of in different states and different provinces. So if you know, just a simple example, because Canada Day is coming up in a month from now. Let's say you wanted to start like a national Canada Day campaign. And July 4th is also coming up. So let's say you want to start like a national July 4th and you create some type of like one-time initiative that you are going to encourage other people across the country to sign up for. And maybe they all take a picture and then they post about it to show that they did the initiative that has to do with your thing. Now you just started a national campaign movement, right? You're expanding the reach. Maybe you're doing this through your social media as well. But typically what you're doing is you don't necessarily need to change your platform at this level, but it's about expanding the reach. How can you get it from being where it's at right now to being in different provinces? Is that making sense? And if you're understanding or if you're having some insights, I want you to share them in the chat about some ideas of what you might be able to do to spread your platform to a national level. Again, it can be you going to the provinces themselves, you hosting your platform for other places in these other states, in these other provinces, or you having people in these other provinces or states participate and spread your platform for you. So there's a way where you are the one carrying it out by going across your country, or you are like womaning the ship and then you have other people spreading your platform for you in a very specific way. Right, so an example, this one's more international. Once you get this, honestly, ladies, like once you get these two things and you start working on taking more action and expanding your reach and you're really specific so you know the impact you're making, international becomes easy. It becomes really easy. Yeah, using the voices of your sisters or other people who want to be involved. Connecting with other schools or universities to implement this. One person, this was an international example, but still Canada and US are so close, like we're practically like on the same land. I had a girl reach out to me and she said, hey, I'm doing this campaign to get more food to food banks. So she said, if I send you this thing, will you participate and do it and then send me a photo? And I said, yeah. Already, that's her making her platform international because she was from the States, and all she had to do, she sent me something. I was able to do it. I sent her the thing back. Now she has someone in a different country or a different province or state implementing her platform for her and for the benefit of others who need it. So I see lots of examples. Amazing. Sisters' Voices, connecting with other schools, hosting Women Leaders Connect globally. Yes, connecting with universities. And this gets to be creative. Like, it doesn't have to be so prescriptive. Like, you have to do it this way. You get to be creative with what your zone of genius is and what you're able to do. Who do you have as connections? Who do you have as people that would want to help, who'd want to support and be involved? It's really easy to get pageant women involved in volunteer stuff because we're all looking to do more in our community. So that's like a really easy way to expand your platform reach. And even, I think a really awesome way too is through different like school systems or through different organizations that are already doing these things because they already have the audience. So it's not like if you're hosting a fundraiser in your province or state, and then you want to host a fundraiser in another province or state, well, it's probably not the easiest thing to set up all those connections and host a fundraiser in a different province because that takes a lot of work. Connections, you have to get there and then host and plan a fundraiser and get people to participate. But there might be just some other ways that you're able to do this on an easier level or just in a different way. Yeah, a challenge for people to participate in, doing shout outs and different things. So those are some examples of, again, how you can make it national. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's right, Savina. Okay, now let's talk about international. So again, the biggest thing I see women like getting in their heads about is taking something from like a national level to an international level. It just seems like the biggest thing in the world. So here's what you want to be focusing on when you take your platform to an international level. And so if I'm going to be honest, it's all three, right? Your action, the impact that you're making, and the reach, because we're not just reaching people across our country, we're reaching people across many different countries. And the biggest thing that I want you to be focusing on is visibility. I just did a 30-day visibility in a program that I took in April. A lot of women are not comfortable being visible. You all see me here right now. I'm being visible for you all. When was the last time you were truly visible with your platform in your community or online? Being visible in a way that people can actually see you and connect with you and connect with your mission so well that they know what it is. Because if other strangers on the internet know what you do and know what you stand for, it's going to be a whole lot easier to have your judges know. Right? So the main way that you are likely going to do this, and I'll just be honest from what I see, is through social media. This is typically the way where you are going to have like the biggest ability to scale to an international level, unless if you have some type of connection or something or other. It's not that it's not possible, but when it comes to the action and impact you're making, it's likely that there's going to be some type of social media involvement in your growth to an international level. So what happens at this international level? You are not saying things to yourself like, well, my audience is too small. Oh, well, I just don't really know what to post on social media. No one's watching. Those things are not available at an international level. By the time that you get to an international competition, an international level, scaling to that level, if your biggest worry is that you don't know what to post on social media, then your biggest thing that you're doing is not going to an international level. The biggest thing you need to worry about is actually understanding what you're posting and who you're trying to impact. Content should always be flowing. The ability to reach other people with your platform should be easy at this point. You shouldn't have difficulties in like, well, what is it that I really stand for? What is it that I'm really sharing? I don't really know what to post. Oh, we only have 100 people. It does not matter. My platform went international, and I have only 3,000 followers, 4,000 followers on my personal account. Like, I really don't have, a 10,000 person following. So there's no such thing as your audience being too small. And if those are the mindset things that you're getting caught up in, you're not ready to take your platform to an international level. It will not survive there. It might go international for a second, it's going to drop right back down because you have no strong foundation to build your empire on. When you're being visible, you know yourself, you know your platform and what you stand for, you know who would benefit from this platform, and you keep doing it over and over. And you find ways to do it in different ways. And another way, it's not just through social media, but also I think partnerships. So I think partnerships with other people or organizations or social media campaigns and challenges. So obviously that's what I was able to do with Confidently Connected. I decided, okay, the sash is going to go around the world. How can I get people excited and involved? I'm going to have everybody sign this. What's going to happen? Okay, how are we going to get people to know what this is? Who wants to be the first to sign? Great, I'm going to have people participate in this giveaway. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go person to person, country to country. They're going to sign this sash. They're going to pass it on to their next sister. It's going to be this whole community and sisterhood. There's still a lot of details to come. It wasn't just me though. This campaign would not exist without all of you and all of the people who have already, participated to enter to be the first to sign. It's going to be with partnerships, with community, with other people. And of course, social media was a huge way I was able to expand it as well. Nobody knew what Confidently Connected was a week ago. Nobody knew. It grew to an international level within a day. How? Because of my visibility. Because of my ability to constantly show up online and share who I am and what I'm about. I could have shared Confidently Connected 5 years ago and maybe had one person participate, right? People didn't know who I was. They didn't know who I was about. Are you giving yourself a chance to be visible online, to get people behind what your mission is so that they want to participate in it, even if they don't even know if it benefits them? They just want to participate in it. How are you showing up and being that person, that leader for other people, that people are like, I don't even care what you do next, just count me in. I want to be a part of it. Visibility, social media, partnering with other people in community or other organizations is likely how you are going to take your platform from a local to a national to an international level. And you're going to do it in your own way, shape, or form. It's not going to be by doing what everybody else is doing. You have your own way that you're here to make that impact. But again, if you're so caught up in, I don't like to be online and I just don't really post on social media and I don't really know what to post about, you're not ready to go international. You're just not, and it's okay, but you've got to work on some of your own mindset and confidence things if you want to lead people around the world. If you can't lead yourself to make consistent posts and a consistent community engagement online, how are you going to lead people around the world to take action and create impact? Right? So for an international level, I want everybody to comment visibility. You're not going to see it right away, but this is the biggest thing that you can do for long-term international impact that is sustainable. Take another drink. Comment visibility. A lot of you probably have, made an international impact and you just don't realize it, but now you're like, okay, well, how do I get to that level? And that's where it gets to be creative. And you get to think to yourself, why would people want to participate in this? Who would be the type of person that want to participate in this? How could we expand it? But if you are not being visible, people don't want to be a part of it. Right? Ladies, there are Miss Universes who all do coaching, Miss Universes, former Miss Worlds, former Miss Universes, other coaches, right? There are people who are big names, but you're all here right now. Why? Because I'm being visible and I'm showing up and I'm making a connection with you all and I freaking love you all to death. Right? You could be at Miss Universe's, whoever she is, her workshop or something or her platform training, but you're here. And that's not by accident. It's because I'm visible every single day and I'm showing you all what I'm about, what I stand for, and how I help you all. And I'm so intentional about what I bring each day. And I'm nothing special and you can do it too. It takes time. Takes consistent, oh my gosh, I see visibility. This is so powerful. It's so powerful, and we don't realize the potential and influence that we have on other people. I'm gonna sidestep this for a sec. I was on a call with one of my former clients. Technically, she's won a title, so she's having fun in her reign. And she'd said, it's going well. I just kind of feel I have a little bit of imposter syndrome. I feel like people don't really know who I am. That's what she said. And I said to her, I can guarantee you that people know who you are. And to remind you of this, I want you to reach out to 5 people that you follow or you see online who maybe you've never connected with before, but maybe they like your posts, but you've never had a conversation with. 5 people, and I just want you to reach out to them and see what happens. And she was like, oh, okay, well we're going to see how that goes. But the whole idea is like, we're so in our own box and in our own cocoon, and so like not being visible that we think we're not being visible. And like the way to overcoming that is being visible by like going to other people, making connections. I promise you, I can already guarantee like she's going to make 5 people's day. Like she's absolutely going to change those people's lives because she reached out to them. We just don't realize the potential and impact we have. And we're all hiding. We're hiding the best parts of ourselves from everybody. And in order to like put that all online and have people want to be a part of it, it starts by, first of all, loving yourself, accepting all parts of yourself, being comfortable in who you are and what you stand for so that you can be visible online and let other people love and see you and be a part of what you stand for. Like, again, ladies, what did I really start this week? It was it's a sash. It's like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, but a sash. But everyone wants to be a part of it. I'm not solving breast cancer awareness. I'm not solving like mental health. I'm literally just wanting women to be in spaces of sisterhood together, but I've had over 100 people sign up and say that they want to participate. Arguably, you all have something so much more important, something so much more valuable to like the world than like a sash campaign. But how are you going to get it out there? How are you going to change those people's lives? You are a true icon. I love you so much. Right? How are you getting people involved? How are you getting people so about what it is that you stand for, that it doesn't matter what it is, they just want to be a part of it? How are you showing that your platform is international? It's going to be international. How are you future casting that for everybody and what the impact is when your platform gets into action, impacts others, you expand your reach? What is the positive future that other people get to be a part of? This was so good. I hope that you're all feeling it. I want you to drop your biggest insight so far. What is the biggest takeaway that you are going to do from this moment moving forward with your platform? With either your impact, your action, your reach, your visibility. What is going to be that thing? Because I literally think you all are so amazing that more people should know about what you do and what you have to offer. We need more women who are title holders who genuinely care about the well-being of their community and who are genuinely trying to make a positive impact in the lives of others. I think most women want to make an impact, but they don't know how. First of all, they don't even know what they stand for. They don't know how to take action, or they're too nervous to take action. And you all, like, you have so much more than that in you. So if we're just constantly stuck in like, well, how do I grow it to the next level? The next level will come. The next level will come, but how are you showing up each day, showing other people that your platform is already international? It's already making an impact around the world. Start treating it each day like it's already there, and I promise 10 times more people are going to be in your world wanting to learn more about what it is that you offer. So focusing on staying consistent in my visibility in order to expand to the international level. Exactly. Visibility, showing up online, doing live trainings, connecting with other people. It can even be in your community, right? Visibility doesn't just have to be online, but how are you being visible? Maybe being visible is going back to the local level and making connections in local schools or with local organizations, being visible at a face-to-face level. It doesn't just mean online. Just made a really good contact at a school. I want to partner with school boards and bring my workshops nationally and then do an online mini series to bring it international. So good. Reach. Keep being consistent with what I'm currently doing. Make sure to stay consistent on my social media. Connect with my sister queens to make a big impact. Amazing. Start a province-to-province campaign to build awareness. Speak at schools, online, in person about my platform. Being visible locally so I can be visible nationally. Yeah, a lot of us are hiding behind pretty photo shoots. Pretty photo shoots and nice gowns and, oh, this is the new headshot I got, but what do you stand for? Like, what are you here to actually do as the title holder? when you're not just the pretty face or the person who just posts a nice quote online because you thought that that would make an impact, when you actually know you're here to change the world, people respond to you differently. They don't just look at you as, oh, like, that's nice. She's doing a good job. That's so cute. They don't look at you like that. They look at you like, holy crap, how can I help you? Like, you are a force to be reckoned with. You're going far. You're doing big things. Like, let us know how we can support you. Ladies, and like, nah, we're just going to go there. We're already going there, so we're just going to keep going there. This is why like sponsorships for me are so easy. I could reach out to 5 specific places right now and I could easily get a sponsorship from them because I'm so clear in what I'm doing. And I'm going to do it for Miss Queen of the Screen. You're all going to see it. Just because my mission is so strong and because I'm constantly making connections and networking, expanding my reach, being visible. So it's easy for people to support me because they know I'm consistent. They know I'm doing this. They know I'm serious about this. This wasn't just one thing I started up yesterday. Ooh, being excited to be in the planning stages for a Hear Me Roar event this fall with 3 businesses. That sounds like so much fun. Like so much fun. But everything just starts to get a little bit easier when you're so about the mission. And again, like, I wish I could say, I have a hair on me. I wish I could say that there was like more about the runway or interview, but it's like, this is so core. This is like such a soul level thing that when you really get this and do this, it's just like everything else elevates because you're not just making an impact, but like you're feeling the fulfillment that what you're doing has a bigger sense of belonging in the world around you. And that's a gift I want to give to every pageant woman. That what you do truly matters on a bigger scale than you can ever realize, but you have to be so about the mission and who you're here to impact. And if you don't know what that is, then you got to get inside and nail your pageant platform. This hair is not going away. So, in summary, we need to lay a strong foundation for your platform. We need to know what the issue is. What's in your zone of genius that you want to be doing to take action? What do you love doing? What is the impact or result or positive future that you're leading people towards? You need to have a strong foundation for your platform and for your pageant preparation if you want to grow to a national and an international level, because it's literally like right now you're planting the seeds to build your empire. And you can't do that if you have like all these like mismatched levels and you don't even know this or that or anything, right? It's hard to grow to that level if it's on rocky foundation. 9 sponsorships for MVP because I was so clear. And again, like, this isn't even a sponsor training, but it could be. Okay, ladies, before we hop off, I want you to type any questions that you might have. And I'm going to go into what is coming next for all of you. We got about 10 minutes and then we have our VIP access call for our ladies. So I'm super excited to have them all there. But I wanted to take a moment to share the new program opportunity that I've been working on for the last, ready for this, 14 months. Literally the last 14 months. When I tell you that nothing I do is on accident, it's all very intentional, even if it's like a year away. And so what it is a brand new bundle of programs together to support women who are taking the first steps in their pageant preparation or in their pageant journey. So it doesn't mean that you've never done a pageant before, but if you're looking to set yourself up for success in the pageant world and you want to start with square one, having the right knowledge and strategy in each area of competition so you can build that strong foundation and literally build your pageant empire, then this is going to be for you. Some of my girls who already purchased this because they got it on our pre-sale that we had a couple weeks ago, and some of you have taken a lot of the trainings inside, but I'm going to go through what it is for my women who want to do this at a bigger level, who want to be a really strong and standout competitor and don't just want to do it by doing all the things at once. They want to start getting their knowledge base down and building their strategy. And so what it is, I'm going to share the link with you all afterwards, after our VIP call, but it is the ultimate pageant prep starter kit. I'm like so stoked about it. You don't even realize. And so what it is, like I said, it's a self-study bundle that's going to provide you the complete guide to becoming a strong and well-rounded pageant competitor so that you wholeheartedly believe that you have what it takes to win. This is for you, like I said, if you want to win your dream title, but what your pageant prep looks like is just a lot of like trial and error. Trial and error, do this and that, and maybe some things are working, maybe you're taking progress, maybe you have the right information, but you're really not too sure. And so you're constantly in this like hamster wheel of not really knowing if what you're doing or focusing on is the right thing. So what the Ultimate Pageant Prep Starter Kit gives you is the right knowledge, strategy, and mindset, so you can literally leave your judges and your competitors in awe of you. I see so many hearts coming through. And so when you get this pageant prep starter kit, it is stocked full of some of my signature trainings that are now only going to be offered all together. And so not only do you get the trainings themselves, but you get worksheets on sponsorship, on mindset. You get access to trainings that have to do with styling, branding, interviews, sponsors, runway. When I tell you, it is literally the foundation of pageant preparation. It is that. I started this back in 2020 as a program called The Fundamentals of Pageantry, where I wanted women to understand the basic knowledge and foundation of these different areas in order to be successful in pageantry. And then what I started doing a year ago was creating a series of mini programs and trainings to help women get these at a new updated level, because again, 2 to 3 years, a lot changes in the pageant world, but these trainings are still so foundational and so relevant. And on top of it, when you do get the starter kit, you get lifetime access to these. The whole entire bundle is valued at over $800. The women who would have bought these all separately, it's likely that the total tally is like over $800, but that's not how much y'all are going to be paying. Don't worry, okay? And all of it is in support of the women who want to have the right knowledge and foundations to win. So maybe you know that what you don't need right now is a one-on-one coaching session or package, because you are just starting at square one. You're still getting your brand down. You're still learning how to style yourself. You want to learn how to post on social media or get sponsors. And you want to get your knowledge first so that when you go to coaching, you're not just going being like, I know nothing, help me. You're going in with a really strong foundation of knowledge and strategy. And that's what the Pageant Prep Starter Kit is going to give you. This is not for you if your pageant is tomorrow. Okay, if you're competing tomorrow or like next week, this is not for you, because the starter kit will take time to complete. It's about 11, I think it's actually, we've added a few trainings in there. So maybe 11 to like 15 hours of trainings now, and worksheets for you to complete and implement. So again, if you're competing like tomorrow or next week, you just might not get the full benefit of the entire starter kit because you won't have time to learn it all and implement it all. But if you are a few months out, yeah, now would be the best time to be getting that for yourself. Sorry, I have to take a deep breath because there's just like so much. 14 months, really like 3 years in the making, ladies. Like my heart and soul is poured all into this. This is also not for you if you want to be given all the answers to things, because that's not what this is about. This is giving you the knowledge and guidance so that you can create your own preparation plan, your own preparation strategy, the starting basics of your interview, of your platform, of gaining sponsors. So if you just want someone to tell you everything what to do next, this is not going to be for you, because it's a self-study guide. So that means that you are taking it at your own pace and implementing it every step of the way, and you're holding yourself accountable. So what does this include? The 4 trainings that are included in this, some of you might have taken them. A lot of you, I'm sure, have not taken a lot of them. So that is what my gals, that's who it's really going to be for. So what you get inside is Queen Camp, which is like pageant training 101. We had like almost 30 women in the first round. It was incredible. Queen Camp, Leave Your Legacy, which is going to teach you all about how to create a 12-month plan as a title holder, but you're going to complete it as a contestant. So you have a really clear vision forecasted, what you're here to do with your title that's solidified in your why, and a plan that you're going to carry out. So strong when it comes to your mindset and your interview. So Leave Your Legacy, sponsors magnified. So getting 9 sponsors like Melanie did is so simple and so easy. And Becoming Unshakable, which is an incredible mindset-based training that we held last year with over 80 women inside. This is going to be the only way that you can get Becoming Unshakable now. So we have something for pageant prep strategy, Queen Camp, something to prepare you to be the title holder, like Leave Your Legacy, the most like powerful sponsorship training in Sponsors Magnified, and something to make sure that your mindset is rock solid and unshakable. Those are the 4 trainings, plus several other additional resources like runway playlists, and you get my sponsor letter creation template, you get my mindset template, you get so much in this bundle. And when it launches next week, it is going to launch for $497 Canadian plus tax. So that is going to be the public price as of next Tuesday. But for my ladies inside who want to get the Ultimate Pageant Prep Starter Kit, you are ready, you want to be taking these trainings and learning from me and learning what so many of these women have already learned. Melanie says Queen Camp is awesome. It's literally incredible. It's one of my favorite, they're all my favorite trainings. I can't even say that. But for my girls who want to get in on the starter kit before it goes to the public, and again, I'm going to send you all the details. It'll be up in our Facebook group. You'll be able to see it all. There's going to be a bonus $50 off promo code using the code QUEEN50. Again, I'll share this all after our group call that we're going to have starting in the next 5 minutes. My VIP girls, we're coming, don't worry. So $50 off. So it's going to be $447 Canadian plus tax, or it's about $350 USD for 4 trainings. That is truly unheard of. I'm going to put it out there right now. Truly unheard of. And that's what's coming next. The Ultimate Pageant Prep Starter Kit. This is going to be like square one for anybody who enters pageantry. This is going to be known around the world as where women go to start. And I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. It is packed full of like my international pageant obsessed brain, knowledge and strategy, the most potent information, because I don't put anything that isn't gold out into my gals world. And on top of it, ladies, I'm going to be dropping the link after in our Facebook group for the Ultimate Pageant Prep Starter Kit so you can see everything that's involved. I'll be posting the promo code. That's going to be available until Monday night at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. And then once I post that link and that code today, I'm like off grid. Okay, I'm actually moving. You probably can't see, but we've got like a lot of boxes over here. So I'm not going to be available to answer like questions or really like talk about it or go into it. So I trust that if this is for you, you are going to take advantage of the $50 off promo code and get it and start the trainings, because even if your pageant's a year from now, you can start on these trainings now and really start implementing them and becoming a stronger competitor with each of them. So I'm going to post the link to the Ultimate Pageant Prep Starter Kit in about an hour or so after our Q&A call. And for the next 72 hours, you're all going to get an additional $50 off. So how incredible is that? Our girls are saying, yes, Queen Camp is amazing. Slay, this is so incredible. I can't wait for you all to see the branding. It is beautiful. Like the branding alone is like gorgeous in itself. And we've already had 4 women purchase the starter kit because they got in about 2 weeks ago when it was on pre-sale. So I cannot wait to share this with you. I will be sharing it in about an hour or so. You'll get the link. You'll be able to peruse, shop, and buy. It's going to be so good and so transformational for you. I hope that you've all enjoyed the How to Grow Your Pageant Platform training that we've had here. For my girls who are in VIP, we're going to head over to the Zoom room. I'm going to open it in about 2 minutes or so you can join in there. But for my girls who want to learn what it takes to claim their crown and win with like ease and really just a strong ass performance and strategy, you're going to want to get the starter kit. So that'll be up for all of you in the next hour. Okay? Love you all so much. Thank you, Emily, Amanda, Madeline, Melanie, Caitlin, all of you, Hanya. Thank you all for being here. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next one, which will be in like a totally new space. Okay? Caitlin, thank you for being here. Okay, ladies. Love you all so much. Have a great weekend.